Hello class, I will be ranting on the 2% rule at Rebuff. Here at Rebuff Jesuit Preparatory School, we endeavor to create an atmosphere which fosters academic achievement, responsibility, and respectful relationships among students, faculty, staff, administrators, families, and other members of the Rebuff community. Or at least that's what the student handbook says.
This is John Yu, and John Yu, how has the 2% rule affected you at Rebuff?
Well, after I got punched in the face, I got suspended and for half a day and caused me to miss 3 of my classes. Lost 2% in each of those. It prevented me from getting, and that made the difference between a B+ and an A- for me in chemistry, and that really sucked. It was terrible. It's 2% rule.
I'm sorry about that, John. As many of you know, after the graduation of the class of '06, the 2% rule came into effect. From a student's perspective, the 2% rule seems like a harsh and unjust punishment. For every unexcused absence, a student will be deducted 2% from the final overall grade at the end of the semester. Take this as an example. Johnny has a 94% in biology. His alarm doesn't wake him off one morning and he sleeps through the class. Johnny's parents find this instance as a chance for him to learn some self-discipline and refuse to call him in sick. Johnny's 94% is now dropped to a 92%, going from an A to an A-. I bet Johnny's not a happy camper. I think it's necessary for you to understand how a student receives an unexcused absence. From the student handbook, it says the student's absence is deemed not acceptable by the dean. Students are expected to adequately complete all work missed due to an unexcused absence according to a schedule established by the teacher. The student is responsible for acquiring materials and information missed with the assistance of the teacher. Therefore, an unexcused absence not only screws Johnny out of his A, but it requires Johnny to complete the work that he missed. All because his body was a little tired and slept in.
Well, first off, I skipped class. I don't really go to it. One time I was playing dodgeball and my pants got really soaked, so I peed my pants. So really I just left and I got changed, and they counted that as an unexcused absence. So they were going to do 2% off, but my mom called in and it's off.
I get that Jesse and Johnny's situations are a little different, but I mean 2%, talk about a slap in the face. In addition, the teacher of Johnny's class is responsible for assisting the student with catching up on the work that they missed. But still, they're going to be losing 2% of the final grade anyway. I get that a dean's job is to enforce the rules and policies at Rebuff, but I do not think the deans should have the ability to rob a student of their deserved grade. I also think that the statement I just said is a little extreme because they are only doing their job. Therefore, I apologize. During my interview with Dean Hyde, I asked him what the original purpose was for enacting the 2% rule. He told me it was to deter unnecessary absences and bad behavior. I asked him if that purpose has been fulfilled, and he said that absence rates have dropped significantly and attendance rates have increased significantly.
All right, do you think 2% seems like a harsh punishment, as some would say, for skipping a class?
I think it is a severe penalty, but I think that's what it takes to get people not to skip class.
Thank you, Madam Poole, because just as you said, and as Dean Hyde responded when I asked him his original opinion on the 2% rule, he said that, is it perfect? Of course not, but it's pretty darn good. I mean, it's right there. I mean, it's a good rule, it works, and I think that the effect that it's had on the school has been for the better.
Why do you think the 2% rule is in effect?
Because people were abusing the freedom that they had without it. They just didn't go to class and got a smaller punishment. But I have a feeling that the 2% rule is actually, its effect has been seen. Students go to class. It's very rarely that students just skip class. So yeah, it doesn't need to be in effect anymore.
All right, thank you.
Thank you, Anthony, for that awesome response. But however, I disagree with your statement that the rule doesn't need to be in effect, because I do think it needs to be there. It keeps us going to class, and I don't want to pay $16,000 a year for us to just skip class because we have senioritis. I actually want to get something out of the school, or I'd be going to Carmel or something. But what I think needs to happen is, instead of the deans having the ability to take away 2% from our grade, I think the punishment should be decided by the teacher of the class that you skipped. I don't think that when we get suspended we should be having 2% taken off all our grades because we aren't there to prove anything. What that does is it reflects our intelligence level incorrectly, and that's just not fair.